And if I want to give you a little hint on how to discover your purpose, that should be to ask yourself the same question that I asked myself. What is my purpose? Before you can say, I have found my purpose, you have to first of all, discover who you are. We are all created with something special. There is something special about you. There is something that only you can give the world. Your purpose is to find what that one thing is. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Ekwunife Augustina. I am Amazon published author of 8 books. I am also a YouTuber. I am a blogger. I am a professional healthcare in the front line, and I am also a mom. Today, I welcome you to a new episode. But before then, if this is your first time of tuning in, you are highly welcome. If this is not your first time, I want you to know that you are highly appreciated, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me on this platform. So in today's video, I'm going to share my thoughts on finding purpose. It's not easy finding a place to film during this pandemic because of the children having to study from home. So finding a quiet place where you can, feel comfortable to film is not always easy. So I'm finding it kind of challenging these days. That's why sometimes I film from my car, and sometimes I just find a little spot like where I am now that is kind of comfortable and conducive for me to, be myself while I'm filming. So, and made a new hairstyle also, which I'm loving. So in today's video, I'm going to share my thoughts on finding purpose. A life lived well and fulfilling is a life lived on purpose. So you have to find your purpose, know why you do the things you do. Many times people don't know what their purpose for life is, and they don't know how or where to ask or how to find their purpose. So this is the motive of this video today. I want to share my thoughts on how to find your purpose, and this is what I really love to do. I love to help people, sharing my ideas, sharing my thoughts. I love to inspire and motivate people. So if this is kind of video you love to watch, then you are on the right platform. But if not, probably you made a mistake. I hope not. So sit back and enjoy the video. I hope you don't leave without subscribing and pressing the notification button so that each time I upload new content, you'll be the first to be notified. First of all, you ask yourself, what is your purpose? Why are you alive in a time like this? How do you discover your purpose? How do you find your purpose? These are the questions that I asked myself many years back. And these questions really helped me to discover my purpose. And if I want to give you a little hint on how to discover your purpose, that should be to ask yourself the same question that I asked myself. What is my purpose? Your purpose is the why you do what you do, because there is always a why behind everything that we do in life. So ask yourself, what is that why? Your purpose is the why you do what you do in life. And before you can, define what your purpose is, before you can say, I have found my purpose, you have to first of all, discover who you are. Because your purpose will always come from the authentic you. So you have to first of all discover who you are. What are your values? What are your beliefs? Because your purpose is the thing that only you can do. We are all created with something special. There is something special about you. There is something that only you can give the world. Your purpose is to find what that one thing is. Because it is something that only you and no one else can do. And when you leave that thing undone, you are living a vacuum. You are living a hole, unfilled in the universe. Each and every one of us has a place to occupy in the universe. And when we fail to occupy that place, that space, we are living a vacuum. We are living a hole that was supposed to be filled. We leave it empty. So finding your purpose is to find that place, that space that you need to occupy, that you need to fit in. You need to contribute your part in the universe. Your purpose is that one thing that makes you different. That one thing that makes you, to impact other people's life, that makes you to inspire other people's life. Each and every one of us, as I have already mentioned, we are born with something special in us. So there is this one something special about you that makes you different from others. You are different from me. I am different for you. There are things that I can do that only me can do. Okay? Because I can only be myself. I can't be you. Likewise, you can only be yourself. You can't be me. And that comes from a place of discovering who you are. Your truest, authentic self. Your 100% authentic self. Because you can't be someone else. It is only when you discover who you are that then you will not struggle with finding your purpose for life. You have to do you. You can never do me. In as much as you try, in as much as I will want to do other people, I cannot do any other person than me. So finding my purpose is when I discover who I am, who I was meant to be, the woman I am meant to be, and start doing me. That is when I will find it become easier for me to find my purpose. I will come to how we are going to find our purpose, how to find your purpose, but I'm just trying to, define what finding purpose means, what's your purpose, because many people don't understand. When you talk about purpose, they don't understand what it means to say, I'm living in my purpose. I have found my purpose. So that's why I'm mentioning all these things, that your purpose is the why you do certain things. Your purpose is what makes you different. Your purpose is what inspires others and what, impacts the people around you. So these are your signs to what your purpose actually is. And each and every one of us has something to offer the world. Each and every one of us has something special we are born with. So when you find this something special about you that you are born with, then you are close to finding your purpose and living in your purpose. For example, I love, to help others. It has always been my heart desire to help other people, and I don't hesitate when it comes to helping others. So, and another thing about me is that I love to teach. I love to share my findings. I love to share my ideas. I love to, see people happy, doing what they love and loving what they do. It has always been my greatest heart desire. It has been the drive behind what I do. It has always been the why behind what I do. Okay, so I always want to see people happy doing what they love and loving what they do, because when you do what you love and they love what you do, that is living, and you can live your life in your purpose living in your purpose. It is possible for you to live your life in your purpose and not living a life that, that is designed for you by others, living in other people's image. And at the end of the day, you lose who you are. You can't find you because you fail to discover who you are because you are busy living other people's lives. Each and every one of us are meant to live our truest authentic self, and you can't live your truest authentic self when you fail to discover who you are on the inside, who you are meant to to be. And that leads to you now discovering your gifts and your talents. I'm coming closer to discovering your purpose or living in your purpose. So when you discover your gifts and your talents, and you begin to use that gifts and talents to bless the world around you, that's living in your purpose. But first of all, for you to discover your gifts and your talents, you have to discover the woman or the man you are on the inside. As you stay true to who you are. You stay true to that person you are on the inside. When you stay true to you, to yourself, your gifts and your talents will begin to manifest. Now you might want to ask, how do I find my purpose? What do I do to find my purpose? I want to share a few things that will help you to find your purpose. So the number one on how to find your purpose is to, first of all, you have to be open-minded. So many people out there are closed-minded. They are so rigid in their beliefs and values that it becomes practically impossible to break through with any new idea or any new thought. Okay, they stand on that their idea, they stand on that their beliefs and values, that they become immovable. So they are rigid, they are immovable, and there's nothing you can do that will make them change their mind. That kind of person or those kind of people will find it difficult finding their purpose. So the number one thing to do to finding your purpose is to be open-minded, to be flexible in your thinking. Okay, when you are open-minded, when you are flexible, it helps you to want to learn new things. Because how can you try new things when you are not open-minded, when you are not flexible in your thinking? So the number one thing to do to finding your purpose is to try new things. And for you to try new things, it means you are open-minded, you are humble and willing to learn. When you know that you don't know it all, it becomes easier for you to humble yourself to learn. Because there's no way you can try new things when you are not humble enough to learn. Trying new things is willing to learn. Okay, so for you to find your purpose, you have to be willing to try new things. And for you to be able to try new things, you have to be flexible in your thinking. You have to be open-minded. And for you to be open-minded and flexible, you have to be humble enough. And you have to have a teachable heart when you are willing to learn, especially to unlearn the old values and beliefs, to unlearn the old concepts that you have kept in your mind. I think it is Zig Ziglar that made this quote. I'm not quite sure, but I think it must be Zig Ziglar. He says that you are where you are today because of what you have allowed into your mind. Because I strongly believe that our mind shapes the person we are, because thoughts become things. And what does that mean? As a man thinketh in his mind, so he is in action. It is what you allow into your mind that shapes how you take actions. It shapes how you think, and how you think shapes how you take action. And the actions you take, produces the results, which eventually produces the person you are today. So if you don't like where you are today, okay, when you look yourself in the mirror and you don't like the person you are seeing, the easiest way to come out of that situation is to have a change of mindset. So that's what I mean when I say you have to be willing to, try new things. You have to be humble and have a teachable heart, willing to learn. You see, it is not easy for you to move past that block. Like when you see that you are not living your life, you are not living your truest self, and you feel lost. You feel like you are living someone else's life, and you want to, discover you want to come back, you want to find yourself, and that means finding your purpose. So yeah, that said, you can't possibly fill in a new wine into an old wine bag. So for you to have a good wine, you have to put a new wine in a new wine bag. So I believe that everything we are today, or we hope to be tomorrow, starts from what we allow inside you. So if you are not flexible, if you are not willing to try new things, if you are not willing to learn, you'll find it very difficult to finding your purpose and living your truest life. So another thing that can help you to find your purpose is listening to what people are saying about you. Okay, like for example, in those days I always come across people who would like to give me a compliment, like, wow, I never knew you can do this or do that. Those things, if you pay attention to those things that people are saying to you or speaking into your life, they will help you find your purpose. And that does not necessarily mean other people's opinions of you, of how you are going to live your life. That is a different thing. Other people's opinions of you are irrelevant. That is not what I mean. What I mean is when people begin to compliment you, like, wow, I never knew you can sing. Wow, you have a good voice. What a wonderful voice you have. And you are shying away. You're like, no, I don't know how to sing. Or, wow, are you the one that wrote that? Wow, you can write a book. These are the things that they are calling out. These are the things they are seeing. The talents, the gift that you might not even know that you have. These are your potentials. And the people around you, the people you come across, they begin to call these things out. So you have to pay attention to these things that they are calling out. They will be the things that will, sign out or show you or lead you to your purpose. And another thing you have to be careful is these people that are speaking into your life or calling out these things that I mentioned, they have to be people that really don't have any interest or any hidden motive. So this is how you will know that what they are saying is coming from a sincere heart, right? That they are not trying to flatter you. They are not trying to, they don't have any hidden agenda. They don't have any hidden motive. They have nothing to gain by telling you, oh, you can write. You can write. Wow, do you know you can sing? Do you know you can paint? I love what you paint. Are you the one that painted that? Wow, that's beautiful. Have you ever tried painting? Do you know you can make it? You don't know you can do very well if you can paint. You can take some courses. Why not try some courses? I started writing my Facebook, You Can Succeed, You Can Prosper, even in time of crisis, far back 2014. And my friend, a sister in the Lord, a minister, Quincy Bell Davis, Minister Bell used to call my writing for a long time. Always, Sister Augustina, why can't you start writing? Do you know all these things you are writing? You can compile it and it becomes a book. You can write a book. Why not write? You are very relational. I can see you love to write. Why don't you try writing a book? Belle will always speak this to me, and she doesn't have any personal agenda or any hidden, motive behind. She's just calling out what she's seeing. She's just calling out what she saw in me. And likewise, my dear friend and a brother also in the Lord by then, Collins Anigweje, may his soul rest in perfect peace. He said, I want to see you write your book. I want to read your book. And thank God I was able to fulfill that before he died. I wrote my first book in year 2014. You can succeed. You can prosper even in time of crisis. And I tell you, that book has helped me so long. And when I was writing my book, really, I was in my time of crisis. I was going through a broken marriage. I was on the edge of divorcing. And when someone who know me very well pick up that book and look at it, the title, "You Can Succeed, You Can Prosper," they will think, why did she choose such a title? After all, she's not prospering. After all, she's not succeeding. So why that title? Yeah, the subtitle is what makes the title, gives the title more meaning, because the subtitle says, even in times of crisis. So even in my time of crisis, I still believe I can succeed. I still believe I can prosper. So, and when you go through that book, the things that I wrote in that book, I never knew I was really talking to myself. I was writing that book, but I was talking to myself. I was speaking to myself. The book was speaking to me, and it gave me the courage and the strength to fight through, even in that my time of crisis. And today, if anyone who knows me back then, who knows me back then, if they can pick up that book now and look at my life now, they will say, yeah, really, you can succeed and you can prosper, even in your time of crisis. Because even in that, darkest moment of my life, even in that moment of despair, I was able to cross through. I was able to continue without giving up on myself. And I was able to, pass through the tunnel, pass through that dark tunnel. And I came out, and I'm now seeing the light. So whatever you are going through in life right now, I want you to know that you can succeed, you can prosper, even in time of crisis. You can find the book on Amazon or also on my website, www.augustinaekwunife.com. So let's get back to the next thing on my list on how to find your purpose. Because the best thing you can do for yourself is finding your purpose and living your truest life. That is a life of fulfillment. That is, that is your best, living your best life. That is living your best life. When you have find your purpose, when you have find the meaning behind what you do, the why you do what you do, you become unstoppable. You become unapologetically unstoppable. And you know why do you know why you become unstoppable? Do you know why you become unapologetically unstoppable? Because you have found your truest, authentic self. That's the next thing on my list on how to finding your purpose. How do you find your purpose? You find your purpose when you have the courage to step into living your truest, authentic self. You live authentically. That's number 3. For you to find your purpose in life and to live on purpose, living your purpose, you have to live authentically. Stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to, wear a mask or allow other people put a mask on you. Stop allowing other people's opinion on how you will live your life, shape your life. You have to find the woman you are on the inside, or the man you are on the inside. You have to be your authentic self and live authentically. That is the only way you can find your purpose. And stop being men pleasers. You cannot live authentically when you always want to please others. It doesn't matter who they are. When you want to please others, you will always struggle with living your authentic self. You will always struggle with living authentically because you want to fit in. You want to please others, and you end up displeasing yourself. You end up, losing yourself. You end up getting lost. You end up doing every other person out there and not you. You end up living other people's purpose, and your purpose is lost forever. So the first thing to do to finding your purpose is having, the humility and open mind, being flexible in your thought to trying new things. And the second thing to finding your purpose, second thing you can do to help you find your purpose is listening to what people are saying to you. People who don't have any hidden motive, who don't have any agenda in their pocket, by telling you, this is who I see you. I see you as a writer, I see you as a singer, I see you as a painter. Encourage you to bring out those gifts. They encourage you to bring out your talents, not because they have any hidden agenda, but because that is the person. When they look at you, that is who they see. Sometimes when we look at ourselves, we don't really see who we are for real. And when we can listen to these people who are honestly and sincerely bringing out that person we are, we really need to heed to what they are saying. We really need to listen to them. And listening to somebody is when you take note of what they are saying and try to see if you can do something about that. If they say you can sing, then why don't you believe you can sing? At least give it a trial. You can take some courses. If they say you can write, why not give it a trial? You can take some courses. You can learn how to write. What if they were right? You will never find out until you try, right? The last but not the least is be willing to help. Your gifts and your talents, your purpose for life won't be of any use if you are not willing to share it with others. You see, the number one purpose of you being alive is being of service and of help to others, to the world around you. So be willing to share, be willing to give an helping hand whenever you are or you come across someone that needed your help. Don't give back. If you can help that person, be willing to help. When you begin to help others, when you begin to share, like this video I'm doing, I don't know where you are watching me from. I might not have met you physically, okay, but I strongly believe that you are benefiting something from what I'm sharing today, and I'm sharing it free of charge. So be willing to share, be willing to help, willing to be of helping hand. That is how you find your purpose. And when you can do something without expecting, like for example, if I am not paid for this, it's not a job. Your purpose most times cannot just come from something you do for salary, right? Or something you do, you pay me, and then when you pay me, then I will give you that service. So it doesn't necessarily mean your normal job, right? So your purpose can come from something you can do freely and you can do joyfully. Your purpose will always come from that place of love and passion. Okay? So when you find your purpose, you find passion. When you find your passion, you find meaning. When you find your meaning, you can live a fulfilling life. Frankly speaking, believe me, that is the best place anyone can ever want to be. Living your best life now, here. It is possible. So that is all for today, folks. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you haven't forgot to, don't leave without subscribing and pressing the notification button so that each time I upload new content, you will be the first to be notified. Thank you so much for watching so far. I hope to see you in my next video. God bless you. Stay tuned. Bye.